Let's see if my friend hops on. I sent her the YouTube link.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Inappropriate Movie Database, the comedy game show about content warnings. I'm your host, Nick Martucci. Welcome to the Valentine's Week episode of the show. Tonight on the show, we're doing romance movies. But before we get to all that, if you're new here, welcome. I'm so happy you're here. If you like what you're seeing, go back, watch some old episodes. There are over 200 of them. And if you like everything about you're watching except for the host, I will tell you that at least three other people in this Zoom has hosted this show. So watch one of them. They're all fun. Also, if you're not a member of the Facebook group, you should join that if you search Inappropriate Movie Database or click the link in the description of this video. That's where you can get all the information about this show, including how to be on it. I believe space is still available on the last couple of shows this month. So if you want to be on it, reach out to me on that Facebook page. Or if you're not on Facebook, we're also Twitter and Instagram at IMDb Game. One last thing on the agenda. Winners of the show have the optional prize, if they so choose, to force me to watch a movie before the next show. Last week, Josh Poirier had me watching Witching and Bitching from 2013. It is a Spanish horror comedy, and it is just absurd fun from beginning to end. It is such a great fun. Like, not all of it has aged well, but for the most part, I had a big smile on my face the whole time. It is a group of robbers, armed robbers, uh, need to find a safe haven and end up in a village comprised almost exclusively of witches. And things go from there. It sort of feels like a real, like, I don't know, adult version of Roald Dahl's The Witches, at least the 90 version. But yeah, I laughed so much. There's some great action in it, things I didn't expect. Even the characters I hated, I really enjoyed. So if you like horror comedy and you don't mind subtitles, Witching and Bitching is so fun. Now that that is out of the way, also just Josh Poirier, if you're watching, you have redeemed yourself from Baron Munchausen. I like the movies you're recommending again. So now that all of that's out of the way, let's bring in this wonderful group of people. Joining me on the show tonight are Elsie Clark, Liz Estey, Marty Viscosi, and Rachel Dunbar. Welcome, everybody.
Hi.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
Hello.
Now, before I speak to you all individually, we're going to start right off with a mini game, get a point on the board. This mini game is cast list. I'm going to read a bunch of actors that are in a movie. As soon as you think you know it, yell out what you think that movie is. No penalty for wrong guesses. I'll keep going until somebody says it.
Can you guess more than once or no?
Yep. No, guess as much as you want.
Chaos.
So this movie features Paul Williams, Rance Howard, Robert Belushi, Christine Lakin, Kristen Shaw, Larry Miller, Taylor Swift.
Amsterdam.
Valentine's Day.
It is Valentine's Day.
Makes more sense.
Really just throwing a
One of my
softball out
favorite holiday rom-coms.
there. There's so many people I didn't get to. Julia Roberts, Emma Roberts, Shirley MacLaine, George Lopez, Taylor Lautner, Queen Latifah, Ashton Kutcher, Anne Hathaway, Topher Grace, Jennifer Gardner, Jamie Foxx, Hector Elizondo, Patrick Dempsey, Bradley Cooper, Jessica Biel, Kathy Bates, and Jessica Alba.
Kathy Bates is in it.
It's literally, it's like those are the Gary Marshall holiday movies, right? Like, he just literally throws people at a dartboard and calls it a movie.
He just asks everybody and puts in whoever says yes. So with that, Liz Estey, welcome back to the show.
Thank you for having me.
I'm
So
so
good to
happy
be
to have you
here.
back.
Yes,
now-
I am trying to do things for me. So.
As you should. Liz, with the holiday coming up that people have very strong opinions on or no opinion whatsoever, do you have any romantic movies you enjoy that you think people should watch?
I mean, so we can talk about this. I have a lot. Now,
I will say, just real quick, I'll interrupt you. Liz hosted a rom-com episode of this show, so go back and watch that episode.
Okay, so I will say for like drama, like this is something my therapist told me to watch because I hadn't cried in a while because I need media in order to cry because I have issues. And that's Moulin Rouge.
Oh yeah.
I mean, that is a romance, it is a musical, it is a fever dream. It's really more than you could ask for.
Yeah, I don't throw around 5 stars a lot,
Yeah.
but that is a 5-star movie to me. I
It's
just
a
rewatched it
fantastic
recently.
film. It holds up. I've rewatched it many times and I've never been disappointed by it.
Also, if the stage musical is ever around you, go see that. I just saw that a few weeks ago and it's also fun.
Endorse. It's different than the movie though.
It is.
Don't expect
different.
the same thing. It's different. And then for like something fun and light. Ooh, what do I want to go for this? Okay, I'm gonna do a recent one, which is Plus One, starring Maya Erskine and Jack Quaid. There it is. Is that his name? Jack Quaid?
That is his name, if that's the person.
I was like, that sounds wrong.
If you're talking about Jack Quaid, then yes, that is what his name is.
Yeah. It's the Nepo baby we like, Jack Quaid. The Nepo baby who's aware of being a Nepo baby. No, so that one, it's pretty recent. It's, it's a classic template, like, friends who sort of hate each other, like, but then they love each other, but they're scared. What will happen? Also, they have sex in a cemetery. So, like, these are the things that I enjoy watching on film, to be clear.
I've never even heard of this one.
Yeah, well, listen, some of us are out here scouring for rom-coms, and some of us are me. So I've taken up enough time, but like the hot takes, I have a lot of them when it comes to romance. And my hottest take regarding romance, though, is the insanely untapped market of contemporary romance novels. Like, why are you not churning out screenplays with A-list talent at least once a year? What are we doing? And 50 Shades of Grey doesn't count because it's fanfic.
No, in general, I feel like romance and especially rom-com died out for a while and is just now starting to come back.
Yep.
Liz, what did you say the cemetery sex one is called?
Plus one.
Well, let's
because they go to a bunch of weddings together.
Well, let's jump over to the person who asked that question. One of our favorites on the show, Marty Viscosi. Welcome back.
Hey, thanks.
Marty, you have made me watch quite a few romances with your various wins on the show to various degrees of success for my enjoyment. But I'm wondering what you want to talk about tonight.
So I don't actually consider myself a big romance fan. I just consider myself a homosexual and a comrade. But if I've been thinking about this the whole time because there are a lot of good queer romances. Honestly, most romance movies from the new queer cinema are at least fun. I feel like and I have already talked about several of them, like Desert Hearts came to mind, Big Eden came to mind. But one that I think does not get as much attention as it should is Saving Face. I really like Saving Face. I feel like it's a very good look at a relationship, like in kind of like not so much of like, I'm trying to find the right phrasing, but like not so much like a glamorous, like everything's gonna be okay, but like still hopeful. Like if you haven't seen Saving Face, it's a woman who is queer and not out to her mother. Their family is Chinese. Her mother gets kicked out of her like grandparents' house because she's pregnant and like suddenly moves in with her, and they're both like keeping secrets from each other, but also like we don't talk about Bruno like style. While she's like trying to have this like new relationship with a woman, and the woman's in like a very different place in life with like her coming out story, and it just, there's a lot of layers to it that I really like and I think are fun. And I think it should be like essential queer viewing for everybody. It is, I think up until the half of it was the only like LGBT movie with an Asian lead to have like major release. But yeah.
Yeah, that's a big blind spot for me. I need to see that
Nick,
one.
it's so fun.
I
It's
know.
so good.
I think one of the only reasons I haven't watched it is it doesn't like come up when I'm just scrolling through what's streaming. I only
really
remember it when I see the poster or somebody says something.
It's really worth like seeking out, and I feel like it is on streaming on a couple spots, but like yeah, it's just it's a fun little time with like parallel love stories, like, and yeah, I like it a lot.
I gotta check it out. Also returning to the show, just another fabulous person, Rachel Dunbar. Welcome back.
Hi.
Hi, Rachel. I love that anytime the show happens, there's always one person that looks so comfortable.
Well, yeah, I'm like that. This isn't an asylum. This is my headboard.
Well, Rachel, as far as romance movies go, what do you like? What do you think people should watch?
And you know what, Nick? I got to go with the 1993 classic, True Romance.
I mean, it's right there in the name.
It's in the freaking title.
Perfect.
Kristen Slater and Patricia Arquette, you know.
That is like, I feel like that movie's better than at least half of the movies that Tarantino directed.
I don't think he directed it. I think he just wrote it.
No, he just wrote it.
Yeah. Oh, that was
yeah, why not? True Romance.
Yeah.
Well, Rachel, welcome back. Finally returning to the show, another just wonderful delight of a person. Elsie Clark, welcome back.
Oh, hello. Thank you for having me.
Thank you for being here. You are last up. Are there any romances you would like to recommend, or movies with romance in the title?
Yeah. I do not recommend romance just in general. But so I think about it, and I have gone on the record as saying that the only movie I consider a true romantic comedy is 1998's The Wedding Singer. Obviously some issues with having that be my favorite rom-com, but it's the only one where I'm like, oh, I want them to get together, and also I laugh. And I've been thinking about it, like I get invested in TV romance because there's all this time to watch them have these little moments, like all these in these different ways, and you get to be like, oh, like I really want to see them get together because I know that you were eavesdropping when you heard that they used to like you. Oh God, why didn't you get together right then? I just want it to happen. And I feel like a movie is, 90 to 120 minutes. You don't get. I haven't seen the Before Sunset trilogy, but I feel like maybe if I saw the first two, I would care about them in the third.
Absolutely. I mean, if I were to recommend one, it would be the Before trilogy. As far as romance goes, the first two one. But the first movie is a perfect movie, and the second one is an amazing sequel to a movie that you would never think would have a sequel like that. And then the third one is I don't want to say anything about it. It's also fantastic, but very different.
Right.
But yeah, it's one of my, I think, top 5 favorite movies before Sunrise.
All right. Well, I should check it out. It sounds like.
It's so good that you even forgive Ethan Hawke's character a little bit for being such a little asshole. You still kind of see the charm in him that she sees.
See him, little asshole succeeding.
I mean, Ethan Hawke plays a good, likable asshole. Especially 20-something Ethan Hawke. You're like, oh, I get it, though. Well, real fun recommendations all around. Before we go to the regular game, let's do one more of these cast lists to figure out who's going to go first and get another point on the board. So again, yell out when you think you know what this movie is. This movie features Tim Matheson, Nassim Pedrad, Seth Morris, Abby Elliott, Ben Lawson, Guy Branum, Ophelia Lovabond.
Bros.
Enchanted?
Nope. Mindy Kaling.
Oh, No Strings Attached.
It is No Strings Attached.
God damn it. That was in my mind.
Also, Jake Johnson, Ludacris, Olivia Thirlby, Lake Bell, Greta Gerwig, Carrie Elwes, Kevin Kline, Ashton Kutcher, and Natalie Portman.
That's such a wild movie.
I only saw the other version. I saw Friends with Benefits.
Oh, the twin, yeah.
Yeah.
The ones that the Black Swan actresses decided to just make the same movie. Well, awesome. We're going into the regular game with Liz and Rachel both with a point on the board. You all know how to play the game, but if you're new to this show, here's what's going to happen. I've gone to IMDb, and I have found a bunch of parental warnings for a bunch of romance movies. These parental warnings, I don't write them. I don't know who writes them. These are anonymous weirdos. I steal their words. I present them to my friends. They try to guess what the movie is based on those. I will say, as far as romance goes, IMDb does have genres, and all of these movies IMDb has listed under the romance genre. I tried to weed the list out a little bit to really make it movies that I thought could be considered romances. But there's a couple in here that I'm sure you'd get angry at me for if we get to them. So let's jump into the game. And to do that, Rachel, since you got that point, you get to pick our first year. Yay. Would you like a romance movie from 1953, 2006, or 2017?
Let's go for the middle. Let's go 2006.
2006. From 2006 for 5 points under the category of sex and nudity. One character threatens another character with a nutcracker he calls, quote, the persuader, and says he will answer in a much higher voice, implying a double entendre. That really feels like a single entendre.
Yeah.
For 4 points, also under sex and nudity, White remarks, quote, the booty's in the booty, after spotting a jewel in Rita's back pocket. The other characters remark how her bottom is oddly shaped. I love just all of the confused faces. For 3 points under violence and gore, Rodney learns that the, quote, rice he's been eating is actually live maggots. The maggots sing to him about it and about hurling.
Hey, Nick, I hate that.
I'm so. This is the romance episode, no?
Yep.
I'm very upset.
We're starting out. If you're upset now, for 2 points under profanity. Some scatological humor and body humor, including some poop jokes. A rat defecates on the floor and refers to it as chocolate buttons. A fart joke, jokes about not being able to pee until halftime. One of Rita's little sisters constantly picks her nose in various shots.
Is this romantic?
Apparently.
Yeah, I feel like I'm missing
I'm
something.
so mad.
I promise we'll get to some ones that are a little more romantic.
Just keep
for
going.
1 point under frightening and intense scenes, after Sid flushes him down the toilet, he travels a long way. Roddy pops out of the system and finds himself far above the city, falling toward it. However, he turns out to just be a few feet above the sidewalk, depicting an aerial view looking down, upon which he lands. We have 3 hands up. LC, what do you think this movie is?
Away.
Rachel, what about you?
Flushed away.
Marty?
Flushed away.
This is Flushed Away.
I genuinely don't think I've ever seen this.
I have
It's
also
animated,
never seen
so I don't know if
Great
that-
romance.
It's Hugh Jackman and Kate Winslet. How can it not be romantic? Well, that means that Rachel is in first place at 2, and in second place is LC, Liz, and Marty all at 1. That means... What was that?
Oh, it's going to be a squeaker.
LC, would you like a movie from 1981, 2002, or 2019?
2002.
Okay, good.
2019.
No, that also would have been fine. I just didn't want you to pick the 1981 one.
Well, now you have to tell us what the 1981 one is.
It is the Ringo Starr vehicle Cavemen.
Oh no, that's diabolical.
What?
Anyway,
I
we're
don't know
going
what
to
that meant.
2002. For 5 points under sex and nudity, a teenage girl pulls her pants down a little, but not all the way, when she believes that something bit her ass. For 4 points under violence and gore, 2 teenage girls get into a fist fight. One of them is pregnant. They are pushing and shoving, pulling each other's hair, and screaming at each other.
2002, you said?
2002.
Mhm.
Marty has a guess. What do you think, Marty?
Crossroads with Britney Spears.
This is the Britney Spears,
Oh
Zoe
my
Saldana,
God!
Dan Aykroyd Crossroads.
Hell yeah!
As soon
I have
as
the
you said it,
novelization
Marty,
of that movie, and I read it so many times.
wow, I knew it was right as soon as you said it, Marty. It felt right.
I think I've only actually seen that movie once, but I've read the book so many fucking times.
I'm so mad I didn't know there was a book. You know, like
It is like the novelization of the movie. It's not good. And it definitely like was not for the age demographic that is reading novelizations of movies. But like, I don't know. That's how I learned what a miscarriage was.
Other clues in this under sex and nudity, Lucy and her date plan on having sex after the prom because they're both virgins. The guy is in his boxers and Lucy can be seen in her bra and panties. They kiss in bed, but then Lucy says she doesn't want to do it. Sex and nudity, Lucy, Kit, and Mimi sing a song in a club to earn money before their trip. Before the show, they talk about how they have to be sexy if they want to earn money, so they put on short skirts and skimpy shirts that reveal their cleavage. Lucy pole dances during the song. And sex and nudity, Brittany's character Lucy dances around her room in her underwear at the beginning of the movie while singing a Madonna song. She eventually puts her pajama bottoms on. That brings Marty out in front at 5, Rachel at 2, Elsie and Liz both at 1. Liz, would you like a movie for 1933, 2004, or 2016?
1933.
All right.
I'm an agent of chaos.
1933 it is for 5 points under sex and nudity. A lot of legs. Capitalize, caps lock, lot. A lot of legs.
Very 1933.
4 points under violence and gore. A hired thug punches a man, knocking him over. A woman slaps a man several times and throws glassware at him.
This is not what I thought it was.
For 3 points under sex and nudity, it's implied that an actress exchanges personal favors for career promotion. Rachel has a guess. What do you think, Rachel?
Is this A Star Is Born?
That is a great guess. It is not A Star.
Oh, darn.
For 2 points under violence and gore, as part of a stylized dance number, a woman fends off a crazed attack from a man, jumps out a window, there is some gunfire, she dives from a balcony, then is stabbed by the man. All part of a stylized dance number. Marty, what do you think this movie is?
Is this the OG Moulin Rouge?
Another solid guess. It is not the OG Moulin Rouge. Last clue for 1 point under sex and nudity. The title song refers to, quote, sexy ladies from the 80s who are indiscreet. Liz has a guess. Anybody else? Liz, what do you think?
Sweet Charity?
It is not Sweet Charity.
What is it?
Oh, well. The sexy ladies from the 80s who are indiscreet are on 42nd Street.
Fuck me. I knew I recognized it from a musical, but I couldn't. God damn it.
That was a tough one.
I'm so mad at myself.
Well, that means Marty's still in the lead at 4. Rachel and LC both at 1. Liz at 0. One more before the second mini game. Marty, would you like a movie from 1961, 2006, or 2023?
2006. I feel like these Y2K ones have been working out for me.
You know how I said that some of these might make people angry at me?
God damn it.
Thanks, Marty.
I'm sorry. I have regret.
So that is a little extra clue that I'm going to add. I will say that this movie has 2 genres on IMDb, comedy and romance. For 5 points under sex and nudity, a man's pants creep down in a few scenes and reveal his buttock cleavage.
The definition of romance.
What year?
2006.
Okay.
For 4 points under sex and nudity, the main character has a sexual dream about Jane and wakes up with a, quote, chubby.
This episode is just us squinting.
Again, I'm going to have to offer a formal apology at the end. For 3 points under sex and nudity, the main character looks in the window of a lingerie store where he first meets Jane, who is dressing mannequins. He motions to the woman to lower a bra strap off the shoulder of one of them. Jane does so. Then he motions to her to lift the bra to reveal the breasts, and she tries, but she falls down.
I have a lot of regret in this moment.
Oh, you absolutely should.
We all do, Marty.
For 2 points under sex and nudity, Larry is in a 2-piece drag costume that reveals his bare and chunky abdomen. We got, I assume, 3 hands up. Elsie, what do you think?
I now pronounce you Chuck and Larry.
Marty, what about you?
I now pronounce you Chuck and Larry.
Liz?
I now pronounce you Chuck and Larry.
It is not I now pronounce you Chuck and Larry.
God.
No, that one I could defend a little bit more, even though it is, it's not. I would recommend, there is a YouTuber, I believe her name is Evasive, where recently she's just been inviting her friends from different queer communities to watch awful movies. And she has a video where she makes a bunch of gay men watch I Now Pronounce You Chuck and Larry, and it's fantastic.
Such a bad movie.
Uh-huh. She also has her trans friends watch both Jack and Jill and It's Pat.
Nick, these are hate crimes that you're describing.
I'm gonna say, are these friends?
Yeah.
I think her most recent one, she had asexuals watch The 40-Year-Old Virgin.
That's so mean.
It's diabolical.
They're real fun videos.
They're not
All right, let's get to this last
I
clue.
think I know what movie it is, and I'm mad at myself now. But
Alcohol, drugs, and smoking for 1
I'm
point.
mad at you.
The whole movie is based on Larry and Butlin finding out who's poisoning the 5-star restaurants with the special mix of drugs to make patrons sick.
What
Oh.
fuck is this?
Yeah, I don't think anybody's going to get there. And again, I apologize so heavily. This is a movie about a man with 2 professions. This is Larry the Cable Guy Health Inspector.
I'm
Nick.
so mad.
Right.
I'm so
I almost considered in the moment just taking that off of the list based on how this episode was going. And then just decided, well, let's see if Marty picks 2006.
Nick,
unbelievable.
that is the range I pick every
Again.
time.
2 genres on IMDb, comedy and romance. Apparently, it's a rom-com.
No.
So, with that terrible taste in our mouth, thinking about Larry and his chunky abdomen, let's go to the next minigame.
Don't forget the wet dream part.
Oh God.
No, sorry, the chub. The
chubby.
It wasn't even wet, it was just chubby.
What's the next
All right.
mini game, Nick?
This mini game is one that I think the new rules that I've put for this have made it go better. I say because I know Marty hated the original version of this. This is taglines. What I've done is gathered 4 movies, 5 taglines for each movie. I'm going to ask one of you in descending point value what this movie is based on the taglines. You have 1 guess before your opponents can also jump in and guess. So if you want to guess big and guess on the 5-point clue, go ahead, but that means that everybody will be involved if you get it wrong. Otherwise, keep waiting for when you think you might know it. Liz, you are in last place currently with -1, so I'm going to give you the first movie.
Thank you so much.
For 5 points, It's as real as the feelings you feel. Nope. All right, for 4 points, the story of a man and a woman who lived happily ever after, even though the courtship almost killed them. For 3 points, heroes, giants, villains, wizards, true love. For 2 points, not just your basic, average, everyday, ordinary, run-of-the-mill, ho-hum fairy tale.
Shrek.
It is not Shrek. Before I go to the next one, Rachel, did you know?
Is it Snow White?
It is not Snow White.
Okay.
Elsie or Marty, do either of you want to take a guess?
Do we have to raise our hand if we have a guess, or can we just yell?
I'm just going to ask you. But only one of you can get the point. So if you have a guess,
Can we guess more than once?
you can guess more than once. I'm not taking away points.
Excellent. Enchanted.
It is not Enchanted. Now,
Sleeping
first
Beauty.
one to say it, and you can interrupt me at any point, gets 1 point. So just yell it out when you think you know what this movie is. 1 point. Scaling the Cliffs of Insanity. Battling.
Princess Bride.
It is The Princess Bride. I think Liz got that first.
I'm so mad at myself. I can't
Scaling the
believe
Cliffs of Insanity, battling rodents of unusual size, facing torture in the pit of despair. True love has never been a snap.
Wow.
So Liz picked up 1 point on that.
That's so sad.
Elsie, you get this next one.
All right.
For 5 points, they're spitefully romantic.
Gross.
For 4 points, I pine, I perish.
Okay.
For 3 points, Romeo, oh Romeo, get out of my face.
Oh, Trollio and Juliet?
It is not Tromeo and Juliet.
Romeo.
Romeo and Juliet?
Nomeo. That's probably
Romeo and Juliet. It's not that one either.
10 Things I Hate About You.
It is 10 Things I Hate About You. Marty gets points on that.
I was going to
My
say
mom's
that.
an
I didn't
English
know
teacher.
I was allowed to say that yet. Oh my God.
The floor opens up when somebody gets it wrong.
Okay,
so
now I understand.
jump in. So Marty gets 3 points there. The other one's, how do I loathe thee? Let me count the ways. And there are so many different ways to hate. Count them yourself.
Yeah, I pine, I perish is one I got.
Rachel, you get this next one. For 5 points, very romantic, very comedy. For 4 points, all you need is love. For 3 points, the ultimate romantic comedy.
Wait, is this Deadpool?
It is not Deadpool.
Actually.
It is Love Actually. That is 3 points to Elsie. The other ones, this holiday season, join the unforgettable filmmaking team as they explore that time of the year. And coming soon, actually.
Oh, God.
Marty, you get this last one for 5 points. For anyone who's ever been set up, stood up, or felt up. For 4 points, uninhibited, uncensored, unmarried.
Failure to Launch?
Is not failure to launch. What was that?
Knocked
Elsie?
up?
It is not knocked up.
Oh.
Anybody
Shit.
else? Okay. Floor is open. Anybody yell out or interrupt me if you think you know it for 2 points. No, for 3 points. All women keep score. Only the great ones put it in writing.
What's your number?
Little Black Book.
It's not Little Black Book.
Bridget Jones' Diary.
It is Bridget Jones's Diary.
My mom's
That
an
is-
English teacher. I'm getting the adaptations.
2 points to Marty. The other one's this year's resolutions. Stop smoking, stop drinking, find inner poise, go to the gym 3 times a week, don't flirt with the boss, reduce thighs, learn to love thighs, forget about thighs, stop making lists.
Let's
And-
talk about how thin Renee Zellweger was while they
And they're
tried
like,
to
"Oh, she's
gaslight
fat for
us
that
into
role."
saying she was fat. I'm still mad. Like literally contributed to my eating
Oh my
disorder.
god. Yeah, yeah.
And then the last one, health warning. Adopting Bridget's lifestyle could seriously damage your health.
What a fucking time to be alive.
Yeah.
It was 2001.
The 2000s really said, "You fat bitch."
Yeah. Ugh.
Oh, real quick tangent, because I think I'm going to do a like TikTok or something on this. I was cleaning up my mother's house this weekend and found some teen magazines from the 70s.
Oh my god.
And there is an article in one of them about Marie Osmond. And she shows you how eating healthy is easy. And now she's healthy. And she has no trouble maintaining her 95-pound figure.
Oh my god.
And there's a picture of her. And it's just like, oh, look, an anorexic teenager. And she's like, I used to love sweets and stuff, but I can't digest them as well anymore now that I'm 18.
I'm so upset as a person who works with children.
Everything's
and,
bad. And it always has been. Anyway, Marty picked up 5 points in that round. Elsie picked up 3. Liz picked up 1. Rachel, unfortunately, didn't get anything. That puts Marty at 8. Elsie at 3, Rachel at 1, Liz at 0. Marty, since you got the most in that one, you get to pick the next year. Would you like a movie from 1979, 2005, or 2014?
I would like to repeat the same mistakes and pick 2005.
I will say, looking at this list, I don't think there's anything on here that I need to apologize for more than Larry the Cable Guy Health Inspector.
Yeah, I hope not.
Except maybe Caveman.
All right.
Anyway, this movie from 2005 for 5 points under violence and gore. Some poking, fistfights, slapping of faces between 2 women. A woman pushes another woman's face continuously into a cake.
What year is this?
2005. Marty, what do you think this movie is?
27 Dresses.
It is not 27 Dresses.
It'd be cool if it was, though.
It would. For 4 points under sex and nudity, some sultry kissing between 2 characters, Jennifer and Michael. For 3 points. Oh, Elsie, you have a guess.
Wedding
Oh!
Crashers?
Oh wait, no.
Oh,
Rachel, did you want to guess?
No. I was gonna be way
Okay,
off.
well, it's not Wedding Crashers.
bullshit. Yeah, it is.
For 3 points under sex and nudity, Charlotte Charlie Catalini is in a tub naked, but covered completely by bubbles of soap. The scene is brief. She's talking to Dr. Kevin Fields in a sexual manner. Quote, "What would you do if you were here with me naked?" etc. It is interrupted before the conversation goes on any further. Rachel has a guess. Anybody else? What do you think, Rachel?
Is it Monster-in-Law?
This is Monster-in-Law
Oh.
With J-Lo.
with
Jane
J-Lo.
And
Fonda.
Jane Fonda, yeah.
J-Lo and J-Fo.
And Michael Vartan of Alias.
Yeah, for some reason on that the 4-point clue, they said kissing between two characters and then wrote the actors' names.
Yeah,
Jennifer
that
and
was
Michael.
really confusing to me.
I know, that's
because-
why it's a 4-point clue.
The irony, I didn't say this out loud, but in my head, I was like, I don't think anybody named Jennifer is capable of sultry kissing. And then in my head, I was like, well, like J-Lo, maybe.
Profanity, one motherfucker from Jennifer Lopez's character. And alcohol, drugs, and smoking, a woman, Jane Fonda, drinks too much alcohol in the movie. Martinis and such.
TDs and such.
Martinis.
That means Marty at 7, Rachel at 4, Elsie at 2, Liz at 0. Still anybody's game. Rachel, would you like a movie from 1987, 2006, or 2014?
What do we think, y'all? The mid-2000s have not been kind to us.
You just got 3 points off of the mid-2000s.
I sure did. Let's go. We haven't done a 2010s yet, have we? So let's do 2014.
2014, for 5 points under profanity, Steven states, "Tits up," as to express a message of "it gets messed up." For 4 points under sex and nudity, a woman finds a Penthouse magazine in the man's mail and opens it. She places it on a pedestal and flips the pages so that the man can see the pictures. And we see a photo of a fully nude woman lying on her stomach. Her bare shoulders, back, and the side of her breast, nipple, and buttocks are seen. However, the scene is quick, and it's hard to see anything other than the side of her breast.
Try as I might.
I paused, and I just... best I can get is a blurry pause of a page of a Playboy in a movie. It's the only way you can see part of a breast. For 3 points under sex and nudity, a husband tells his wife that he has asked another woman to travel with him and care for him. A young man asks another young man if his genitals work, and the second man replies that it's, quote, a different system. For 2 points under violence and gore, to diagnose his health problem, we see in close-up detail of a doctor performing a lumbar puncture on Stephen. Rachel has a guess. Anybody else? What do you think, Rachel?
I know what this is, but I can't remember what it's called.
Is this The Other Women?
This is not The Other Women.
Or The Women?
It is not The Women. It's not close to that.
Okay.
Yeah. The Other Women is a sequel to The Women.
But then there's only 2 movies because they could not find a third group of women.
Okay. What's the next clue, Nick?
They
Next
fall into
clue.
one of the 2.
Yeah. For 1 point under frightening and intense scenes, the unpleasant effects of motor neuro disease / amyotrophic lateral sclerosis are a central part of the storyline. The deterioration of Stephen's body is clearly and accurately portrayed. His near death from pneumonia and the tracheotomy that followed are portrayed.
This
Elsie
is the
has a
movie I
guess.
thought I was. I
Anybody
can't
else?
remember what it's called.
Rachel also has a
why
guess.
can't I remember the name of this movie?
All right. Rachel, what do you think?
Is it The Sessions?
Elsie, what do you think?
Theory of Everything?
It is not The Sessions, but that's a great guess for all of these clues. It is The Theory of Everything.
I would not call that a romance.
Yeah, I don't think Stephen Hawking would call that a romance. I feel like
Because
they
why-
tried to make it romantic, and You know, sort of like how A Beautiful Mind is classified as a romance.
Oh my God.
Means Marty is at 7, Elsie at 3, Rachel at 2, Liz at 0. We got 2 more before the final question. Elsie, would you like a movie from 1999, 2014, or 2019?
I don't know. I have my first luck with 2014, but no, I was a movie going age in 1999. Let's try that.
All right. Penultimate movie from 1999 for 5 points under sex and nudity. One brief scene takes place in an adult bookstore, and we see from a distance many scantily clad women on video and magazine covers. No nudity is visible.
What year is this? Sorry.
1999. For 4 points under alcohol, drugs, and smoking, a mother is implied to have an increasing drinking habit and once drinks cooking liqueur. She also asks her adult son to pick up supplies from a liquor store.
I feel like so many of the movies from this era have alcoholic moms.
That's because so many of the screenwriters from this era had alcoholic moms. For 3 points under frightening and intense scenes, a house explodes because a jet crashes into it. Can be intense. For 2 points under sex and nudity, Eve makes a joke about Adam getting laid. Adam asks in a public place what she means by getting him laid. People stare.
Never mind.
All right, 1 point. Frightening and intense scenes. A family lives in a bomb shelter for 30
I know
years.
what this movie. I don't know the title of it though. I know it's the Brendan Fraser movie, and I don't know the name of it.
All right, I think Elsie's the only one who knows the name of it. Oh, wait, Liz got in real quick. What do you think, Liz?
Blast from the Past.
Elsie?
Blast from the Past.
This is Blast from the Past. I only saw it for the first time a couple of years ago, and it's a lot of fun.
Listen, Brendan Fraser's like rom-com era, top tier.
Brendan Fraser in the 90s in general made so few bad choices. Like the movies might not be great, but he's great in them.
I'm sorry, The Mummy is a great movie. I'm not taking any other.
I'm not slandering The Mummy at all.
Okay.
If
he's
anything,
great in it.
I'm saying that Dudley Do-Right might not be a great movie, but I liked it as a kid and he's fun in it.
George of the Jungle?
George of the Jungle holds up.
Yeah, he's so funny in that. And like Ernest too. It's so
That
good.
is what sells Brendan
It's such
Fraser.
a layered performance.
That is like the biggest example of female gaze in a children's movie I have ever seen. Like that movie was for moms.
It is amazing how horny George of the Jungle is.
I'm not complaining.
Nor should you. All right, that brings us to our last movie. Marty at 7, Elsie at 4, Rachel at 2, Liz at 1. It could go in any direction. Liz, you get to pick this last year. Would you like a movie from 1953, 2008, or 2011?
Ooh, we're gonna go for 2008.
2008. Marty, you know that I am allowing pre-guesses now. If you would, okay. All right, 2008, last movie for 5 points under profanity. One use of Dios mío, oh my God, in Spanish.
What year is this?
2008.
I have one guess. I don't think it's that anymore.
For 4 points under frightening and intense scenes, Delgado is trying to hop onto the moving train and is struggling. Marty, what do you think this movie is?
Nacho Libre.
It is not Nacho Libre.
I took a swing, Nick.
You did take a swing. An understandable swing.
I don't think it's Twilight anymore, I'll tell you that much.
For 3 points under frightening and intense scenes, when Delgado was having a flashback of how he lost his sense of smell, the scenery is dark, and a man is shown lying down on the floor. It is intended that he has died. Only a flashback from one of the characters' minds. Elsie has a guess. Anybody else? What do you think, Elsie?
Puss in Boots?
It is not Puss in Boots.
God damn.
For 2 points under sex and nudity, Chloe says down boy to another dog who she finds handsome. Although nothing is shown, Chloe only gets a quick look at the other dog while he passes her in someone's handbag. Marty has a guess. Anybody else? Marty, what do you think?
This is going to sound absolutely unhinged if it's not correct.
Fuck.
But I feel like there was a movie that came out about wolves and like dogs and stuff. Never mind. It would not have a dog in a purse.
Okay.
Never mind.
I heard some fucks coming from Elsie. Did you want to? Oh,
Yes.
Liz also has her hand up. Liz, what do you think?
Beverly Hills Chihuahua?
Elsie, what do you think?
Beverly Hills Chihuahua?
This is Beverly Hills
Oh my
Chihuahua.
God.
Damn it.
It literally like popped into my head.
Wait, oh, sorry.
Last clue in that under sex and nudity, one of the Chihuahuas in the movie, when talking about finding a mate, says, quote, "I like them as long as they aren't fixed," or something along those lines.
Okay.
That brings us to our final round. In a moment, I will ask you all a numerical-based question. Whoever gets closest gets their points. If you get it exactly right, you get an extra 3 points. I'm going to ask you a question about an actor's filmography. Right now, Marty's at 6, Elsie's at 5, Liz is at 3, Rachel's at 2. This is anybody's game. Right now, I want you to privately message me between 0 and your total points, how confident you feel about answering a question about an actor's filmography. All right, everybody has their bets in. I was trying to think of like who is the main romance actor or actress, and I settled on Julia Roberts. What I want you to tell me is, according to IMDb, how many romance movies has Julia Roberts been in? I will give you an extra hint, as she has done 63 movies in total, so it will be fewer than that. But privately message me how many romance movies you think Julia Roberts has been in.
I guess it also depends on what you're counting as romance. You
I am
know.
counting
Well, it depends on what
IMDb lists this as
IMDb.
romance.
Oh, okay.
IMDb romance.
According to IMDb.
Well, Larry the
Unusual
Cable Guy was
story.
romance according to
IMDb
IMDb.
romance.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Oh my
true.
God, what if an actor used IMDb as a dating app? And that's the short story, IMDb romance. That's a
Nick, I
very
am glad you
niche.
gave us.
And
glad
sometimes
gave
you
us that
go
hint,
to
'cause I was
someone's
thinking-
bio and it's in the first person.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
And I enjoy that a lot. So
It's
it
great.
makes
You can
sense.
tell who doesn't have like a team yet, you know?
Rachel, did you send anything?
Oh wait, no, hang on, sorry.
Nick's like, we're almost done.
Hey, we made great time on this episode.
Mm.
All right, everybody has their guesses in. I have the list up. I'm just going to real quickly read this list of romances so that you know what these movies are, to keep me honest. Julia Roberts, starting in 1988, was in Satisfaction, Baja, Oklahoma, Mystic Pizza, Blood Red, Steel Magnolias, Pretty Woman, Dying Young, I Love Trouble, Something to Talk About, Everyone Says I Love You, Mary Riley, My Best Friend's Wedding, Notting Hill, Runaway Bride, The Mexican, America's Sweethearts, Full Frontal, Confessions of a Dangerous Mind, Closer, Duplicity, Valentine's Day, Eat, Pray, Love, Love, Wedding, Marriage, Larry Crown, The Normal Heart, Mother's Day, and Ticket to Paradise. Elsie guessed 28, Liz guessed 37, Marty guessed 49, Rachel guessed 20. Off by 1. Julia Roberts has been in 27 romance movies. I almost want to give you the extra points for that. That's off by 1, and there's so many.
You know,
and I don't
it's
think it would
okay.
change the ranking. So
Do
let's
it,
see
Nick.
what it does. I have to do it. Because, yeah, it won't change anything, because wait till you see what happened. Liz, bet all 3 of her 3 points, loses 3 points. Marty, bet all 6 of their 6 points, loses 6. Rachel, in second place, only bet 1 of her 2 points. But LC bet all 5, and I'm going to go ahead and give that extra 3 points for being 1 off, because that is incredible. LC picks up 8 points. That means our final scores tonight in joint 3rd place, Liz and Marty at 0. Rachel at 1, but our winner tonight with 13 points, LC.
Yes.
Such a low scoring game.
Please.
But not the lowest scoring.
True.
I believe somebody has won this game with 1 point. Yeah, you were all great in that one. That was close. That was so much fun. Thank you all for doing this. The other movies we didn't get to just before we go, try to save those now because we might have tiebreakers. We didn't get to Roman Holiday, 50 Shades Darker, Caveman, Long Shot, A Cinderella Story, the original The Parent Trap, No Hard Feelings, Hair, The Fault in Our Stars, Roxanne, Aquamarine, Big Eyes, 5 Feet Apart, and Bad Teacher.
Bad Teacher. Oh my gosh. What is that? Cameron Diaz and Jason Segel?
Yeah.
Jason
No,
Segel
that's
and Justin
Sex Tape.
Timberlake.
Justin Timberlake is in Bad Teacher.
Oh, I'm
Jason
sorry.
Segel's also in Bad Teacher, though.
Is he in Bad Teacher too?
Yeah, he's the gym teacher.
That's what
Oh.
thank you, Rachel.
Okay. I didn't see
was
either
like-
of them, but I was in one of them. I did background scenes in Sex Tape.
Clearly,
I got
you
to play-
paid it.
I was just like, I'm still young. I'm in my mid-20s, and they're like, all right, here's the 9-year-old playing your daughter.
Oh my god.
How
Amazing.
upsetting.
Amazing.
The teenage
All right.
dad.
Well, before we go, if there is anything you want to promote, anywhere you want to be found, or just any last words to leave us with, Marty, you get to go first this time. What would you like to say?
I would first and foremost like to say that I really appreciate that Liz, Estey, and I were the 2 people who were on this episode as of this morning, and we came in last. I do find very funny. Other than that, I am in the Midwest in the Twin Cities. Come say hi. I'm always in the market for more friends from New England, especially. The weather's been a little wonky, so I don't know if I will reciprocate new attempts at friendship. We'll see. That's it.
All right. Liz, anything you want to say before we go?
Keep an eye out. I aspire to return to stand up at some point. Working on some jokes about a man who said, "You're not fat, you're beautiful," to my face. He also tried to essentially get free therapy from me, but like, talk about a messy polyamorous man getting drunk at the summer shack. So that's a little preview into the type of content you can expect from me moving forward. And you can follow my TikTok for depressing things and sometimes aerials. So
Yeah.
Rachel, anything you want to say before we go?
Yeah, you can follow me on Instagram at Miss Rachel Dunbar. And I have a show this Thursday at Club Cafe in Boston.
Hell yeah. Finally, our winner tonight, LC. First of all, would you like to claim your prize, either now or later?
So I've been writing down some movies that I saw in the past week, or like the past 2 or 3 weeks.
Uh-huh.
And I guess I'll just see which you've seen. Okay, well, have you seen the 2005 classic Hard Candy?
I have not seen Hard Candy.
You haven't?
No.
Is it fair to make Nick watch it? I think so. Yeah.
I think so.
Absolutely. Yeah.
All right, great.
Ruin his day.
Look, I put Larry the Cable Guy Health Inspector on this show. My penance is Hard Candy.
That's fair. I'm pretty sure that's what the guy did in Hard Candy.
No, I've had Hard Candy on DVD, I think when did that come out? 2005?
2005.
Like 18 years I've had that DVD and never put it on.
No, I refuse to accept that that's 18 years ago. I know. I'm turning 31. I gotta accept it.
19. 19.
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah, 19.
19 years ago. Sorry.
Well, that's fun. So, yeah, maybe I've had this DVD for as long as an adult human being has been alive.
Wow.
Jesus.
Yeah, time to crack that sucker open.
Time to finally see all of the fun stuff.
Yeah.
Okay.
The birth years when you work with children are jump scares.
Yeah, whatever. I'll wait until you do your little write-up on Facebook. I look forward to seeing what you think.
No, I'm sure it'll be good. Like, I've heard Elliot Page is amazing in that movie. Patrick Wilson is a solid put this guy in a movie.
Absolutely.
I love Patrick Wilson. I believe he is underrated. He is an underutilized.
He is a guy that feels like he's a star, but he's only just like starred in movies. But he's just like generic white guy, but best generic white guy.
Yeah.
I just really like the particularly condescending way that LC said your little write-up, like very much has the energy of a mom. Like, oh, do your little dance for your grandma.
Excuse me. It's a little write-up on Letterboxd that I share to Facebook.
Oh,
better.
And before we go, is there anything else you would like to say, Elsie?
Oh my goodness. Free Palestine. Also,
yes.
For anyone, specifically anyone on this call, if you're gonna be doing the Wednesday night mic at the Model, please let me know, because it's right by my house and I'm more likely to go if I've got a friend who's there. That goes for anyone watching who is definitely confirmed to be my friend.
No new friends.
No new friends.
No
All right.
new friends. Yeah, I'll let you know next time I go there. I've been meaning to go back.
Please. So I live almost next door.
I probably won't go this week because there will be a whole lot of snow.
Right. Does the Model go late? Because
it depends on how many people show up. The last time I was there, it ended before 9.
Oh, okay. So I have an evening class that goes until 8:50.
Gotcha.
So, yeah.
All right.
Yeah, so that's tough.
If
All
you
right.
change your mind.
Uh,
Anyway.
Perfect. Well, once again, yep. Sorry, I thought somebody was about to say something.
Oh, I just realized that I have a different schedule on Wednesday the 20, what is it? The 21st? Because my school does a weird like switcheroo for President's Day. So
Okay.
that means I can go to the model on that Wednesday.
All right.
Hey,
Cool.
let's do a whole group outing at the model. Rachel, I know you love the model.
My favorite.
All right, let's wrap this up. Once again, thank you so much to my guests, Elsie Clark, Liz Estey, Marty Viscosi, Rachel Dunbar. I'm Nick Martucci. You can find me on all social media at Blundering Idiom. Find the show on Facebook, search Inappropriate Movie Database, or click the link in the description of this video. Twitter and Instagram at IMDb Game. We do this show every Monday night at 8 p.m. Eastern, right here on this channel. So if you like this, subscribe to the channel. Watch more of these. Like the video. Hit the bell icon. I hear it does something. I've never hit it, but YouTubers say hit the bell. So yeah, ring that bell. Also, if you are in the north of Boston area and you like stand-up comedy, I will be doing stand-up this Saturday, whatever the date of this, the 17th. It's an 8 p.m. show in Haverhill at HC Media Studio. Maxwell Schultz is running it. It's going to be a real fun night. Come out, see comedy. I don't know what else you want from a Saturday night. I think tickets are only $10. You can find a link to that in the bio of any of my social media. So look for that. Other than that, we will be back next week with another episode and another group of fun people. If you want to be a part of that, go right now to any of the pages. Otherwise, watch the show and goodbye, everyone.